right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
The new Spirits of St. Louis.
To get a WNBA, a professional team here, would be amazing.
Tonight, the push to bring back professional basketball to St. Louis, and the local superstar hoping to net a big win for his hometown.
Chilly change. Walking out the door Friday, a big adjustment from the last few mornings. Why the chill doesn't last and when the rain chances increase this weekend.
A 13-year-old boy shot standing outside his grandma's apartment.
I'm very outraged. Why is a 13-year-old outside at that time of night?
The search tonight for 3 gunmen.
First Tonight reports NBA superstar and 2-time gold medalist Jason Tatum is working to woo a WNBA team to his hometown of St. Louis. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Mike Bush. Big-name billionaire investors are reportedly on Tatum's side to try and help make it a reality. 5 on Your Side's Brent Solomon is live downtown with reaction and details of the plan.
Well, you know, we have baseball, we have football, we have hockey, we have soccer. Now there's a plan to bring back some basketball to the city, and those behind that plan have a venue, a vision, a voice to push our city's value. He's the 5-time NBA All-Star, excelling on the court in the NBA. Boston Celtics standout Jason Tatum, who never forgets home.
Jason has always been about the Lou, you know, whenever he was at Duke and with Boston Celtics.
That's St. Louis American sports editor Earl Austin Jr. Reacting to news, Tatum is eyeing making St. Louis one of the next spots to get a WNBA team.
It would be huge. You're getting it at the right time where the league is really starting to pop. This year, you had a perfect storm. You had great players.
According to our partners at the St. Louis Business Journal, Sportico reported billionaires Richard Chaffetz and David Hoffman would offer the assist through financial investment. The potential venue they have in mind, Chaffetz Arena.
It's a fantastic. It's 10,300 and change, so I think it's a perfect venue. Once you really get it going, you have an opportunity to have great attendance.
Within the next couple of years, the WNBA expected to have grown to some 15 teams. Other cities also eyeing expansion, including Denver, Milwaukee, and Kansas City. Tatum hoping to make his hometown the next slam dunk.
You know, when the Cardinals are going well, it's great for the city. When the Rams were going great, you know, it was fantastic going down there to the Dome, everything. Obviously the Blues, but to have a professional basketball team, you know, obviously the dream is to have an NBA team, but I think a WNBA team would be it's a professional sports in St. Louis. As I think it's always good for your city.
And we've reached out to one of those potential investors tonight who wasn't ready to comment publicly just yet. We'll be watching this plan to see how it unfolds and what it will take to make it a win. Live downtown, Brent Solomon, 5 on Your Side.
We're following breaking news right now. St. Louis County 911 lines are down. St. Louis County Police say all emergency calls are being routed to St. Louis City. Non-emergency lines have been restored. The department says it's working with the provider to restore service as soon as possible.
A calm, clear, and cool Halloween night across St. Louis. Those early morning storms that gave us all a scare are long gone. Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell tracking a chilly start to the first day of November.
Yeah, big change for us tomorrow morning. We're already cooling down tonight, but how about that rain we had after the late news last night and mostly before this morning's rush hour? We're just kind of tapering off during the rush hour. 1 to 2 inches, especially west of St. Louis metro area, around a ½ an inch to 3/4 of an inch. You had some pockets with a little more down to the southeast, but the really good rains were back in mid-Missouri. And fortunately, in most cases, we did not have a lot of reports of severe weather across the bi-state region. Quincy, Hannibal had some damage around New Haven, a few tree branches down. That system's long gone, and now the cooler air is filtering in. We're already in the upper 40s and lower 50s. Tomorrow morning out the door, these numbers, a big change from where we've been the last few mornings, with temperatures in some cases around 70 degrees. Tomorrow we'll be around 40 in St. Louis or a little above that, but still in the 30s in the outlying areas. The one thing that changes tomorrow, sunshine from the get-go and all day long. doesn't last all weekend. We're going to time out the rain chances for the weekend in about 12 minutes, Mike.
All right, see you then, Scott. Law enforcement in Jefferson County went knocking on doors tonight to make sure registered sex offenders were following the law. Missouri state law requires sex offenders to remain inside their home on Halloween night and leave their outside lights off so trick-or-treaters don't come to their door.
Our goal is to keep Jefferson County as the safest community in the region, specifically on this Halloween night, which many of our families and children will be out and about.
The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office was joined by several local police departments in tonight's enforcement.
Tonight, St. Louis County Police are looking for the person who shot and killed a 92-year-old man. Robert Pruitt was shot at his home on Park Charlene Drive. That's just off 367, just north of Parker Road. Investigators have not released any other details. If you have information, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. It's an anonymous tip line, 866-371-TIPS. And Wentzville police are investigating a deadly shooting that happened inside a home where 2 children were sleeping. The shooting happened around 1 this morning on Katie Lynn Court. 1 woman is dead. Police say they took a man who lives in the home into custody. Multiple sources tell 5 on Your Side that prosecutors are in the process of filing charges in this case.
Tonight, a 13-year-old boy remains in the hospital after being shot 24 hours ago in North St. Louis.
The shooting happened near Malamphy and Cass and the St. Louis Place neighborhood. 5 on Your Side's Robert Townsend went back to the neighborhood today and talked to those who heard the rain of gunfire. Robert.
Kelly and Mike, I talked to a friend of the boy's family. Now, he tells me the teen was visiting his grandmother when out of the blue, 3 guys approached and fired shots. The boy suffered several wounds. A 13-year-old boy should be with his family, friends, or even at a park in this North St. Louis neighborhood. Instead, the teen is in the hospital after being shot outside his grandmother's home.
It's crazy because he a little 13-year-old. He's still a kid.
This man wanted to remain anonymous. Around 10 Wednesday night, he says the boy was outside his grandma's home on Malamphy Street with a friend. Police say 3 males armed with guns and dressed in dark clothes fired shots. Neighbors report hearing at least 10 gunshots. The boy suffered wounds to his ankles and his leg.
Coming in, just heard a lot of shots, I think, and they opened the door and seen him on the ground or something. So I'm like, wow, that was crazy.
Bullets hit the front door of the apartment building, the ceiling, some neighbors' windows, and cars. Since September, dozens of teens under 17 years old have been shot in St. Louis. Alicia Franklin lives in this neighborhood with her 2 kids.
I pray that he's okay and he have a full recovery, because I would not want to see a child in that position.
He's doing okay. He went into surgery this morning. He blessed.
The family friend says he's convinced the boy was not the intended target. Police have not released any more information. They do want to hear from anyone who knows anything about the shooting.
Just hours ago, a St. Louis jury ruled 2 baby formula makers are not liable for causing a premature newborn's illness. A mother filed a lawsuit against Mead Johnson and Abbott Labs on behalf of her son. It claims the cow's milk formula given to premature infants and claims it can cause necrotizing enterocolitis, also known as NEC. The condition can cause major complications and even lead to death. Abbott and Mead both say their formulas are safe. There have been multi-million-dollar verdicts against the manufacturers in 2 other trials this year, one in Illinois worth $60 million, another out of St. Louis for $495 million.
With just 5 days ago until Election Day, both presidential candidates are focusing on key Southwest battleground states. Tonight, Vice President Kamala Harris held a rally in Reno, Nevada, while former President Donald Trump stumped in Las Vegas. Both candidates also spent time in Arizona today. A legal battle over early voting in St. Charles County will go before a judge tomorrow morning.
The dispute is over whether poll watchers and challengers should be allowed. A committeeman for the St. Charles County Republican Central Committee, Travis Hine, filed a lawsuit claiming Elections Director Kurt Bauer denied his request to be a challenger or watcher during early voting. Bear believes they're only necessary on Election Day when they officially count the ballots.
The issue is our understanding of statute is Election Day only, and we comply with that wholeheartedly. And if the courts or the legislature want to expand it for early voting, we think that's a good idea. But we can't expand statute ourselves.
Tomorrow's hearing is at 9 a.m. Today, St. Charles County experienced its highest number of early voters with nearly 5,500 ballots cast.
Record early voting continues in St. Louis County. More than 21,000 people voted today across 14 polling locations. That's on top of the 150,000 voters who've already cast their ballots over the last 9 days. County Executive Sam Page is now calling on the state legislature to expand early voting from 2 weeks to 6 weeks.
I've never seen anything like this. This enthusiasm is unprecedented, and we've clearly reached capacity for the current early voting system in Missouri, and it's time to expand it.
You can still vote early tomorrow from 8 until 4:30, on Saturday from 9 until 1, and then Monday from 8 until 5.
A Hollywood heavyweight returned to his hometown tonight to rally for U.S. Senate candidate Lucas Kunce. Mad Men star John Hamm joined the Democrat in the Del Mar Loop. Kunce is challenging Senator Josh Hawley. The two candidates later took part in a debate. And be sure to join us election night on 5 on Your Side. We'll be streaming live on 5 Plus from 6 until 11. Just text PLUS to 314-425-5355 for a link to download the app.
Terrifying threats leaving schools on high alert.
My heart dropped. I was scared.
Tonight, the I-Team looks into a troubling trend and what police are doing to keep your students safe. He was one of dozens sickened after eating at a Metro East steakhouse.
I couldn't imagine having this going on for the rest of my life.
Tonight, one customer shares the long-term side effects he's still experiencing.
November starts dry and chilly, but it doesn't stay that way for long. We're tracking several rounds of beneficial rain that could impact your weekend plans.
Tonight, fire crews continue to monitor hot spots at the site of a battery plant fire in Fredericktown. The fire broke out yesterday afternoon at the critical mineral recovery plant where large lithium batteries are recycled. The fear of toxic materials led to evacuations of nearby homes. 75 workers were inside the plant at the time. No one was hurt. The Department of Natural Resources and the EPA have joined the investigation. 2 years after the Central Visual and Performing Arts High School shooting, a new crisis is gripping schools.
Tonight, the I-Team looks into a surge in school shooting threats and bomb threats. 5 on Your Side's Paula Vassan talked with police who are sharing never-before-heard 911 calls to reveal how they're fighting this disturbing trend.
Now I'm in the bathroom. Oh, I'm scared. I'm sorry.
You're listening to a 911 call from someone who says he's a Rittner High School student.
She said she has a bomb, sir. Am I going to die?
The call brought dozens of officers to the scene and paralyzed the school in late September. But police quickly uncovered the truth. It was all a hoax. The threat actually came from a teen more than 800 miles away. Among those terrified that day was freshman Kanaya Luckett.
My heart dropped. I was scared.
In just 2 weeks, Luckett's high school faced 5 threats on social media.
She was going to kill us all and kill everyone in the school.
The chaos disrupted classes, left students shaken, and made learning nearly impossible. Many now struggle with fear that the deadly shooting at St. Louis's CVPA High School just 2 years ago could happen again.
I was having anxiety, so I didn't do any of my work.
Luckett is not alone. The I-Team uncovered a surge in school threats across the country, and Missouri is seeing the same alarming trend. The state's school safety hotline has reported about 200 school shooting and bomb threats so far this year, more than police have ever seen.
It's hard for a community.
Detective Sam Riley with the St. Anne Police Department has seen a staggering 5-fold increase in threats over the past year, a surge he attributes to social media. He shows us examples of online threats targeting multiple St. Louis schools.
A lot of these kids think that they're making a harmless joke and it gets them out of school or whatever their justification or reasoning is.
His team works with social media companies like Meta to track down the people behind the threats and put them behind bars.
We're in a time now that we can't take any of these threats lightly.
Threats that drain local resources, preventing police from responding to other emergencies. As threats escalate, so does the urgency to find solutions.
Open gate screening is fast and automatic.
The Rittner School District has ramped up security, installing new weapons detection systems. But for Luckett, the fear doesn't go away.
What message do you want to get across? Stop bringing guns to school. Stop bringing any weapons to school.
Putting an end to these threats really takes the community. Law enforcement is urging parents to keep an eye on their kids' social media. And if you see a threat, report it to school officials and officers immediately. But don't share it online. Authorities warn it can only fuel misinformation and fear. For the I-Team, Paula Basan, 5 on your side.
If you have a tip for Paula, you can leave her a voicemail at 314-444-5231 or send her an email to paula@ksdk.com. All calls and correspondence will be kept confidential.
Tonight, one of the nearly 100 customers sickened by a Shigella outbreak at a Metro East restaurant says he is still feeling the side effects. Cody Patterson fell ill just days after eating at the Fairview Heights Longhorn Steakhouse last month. He was feeling better until last week when he started experiencing reactive arthritis and conjunctivitis. Both are long-term side effects of Shigella.
Got even worse, and here we are, and I can't really walk. I'm strolling around on a scooter. So it just all progressed, and it's been fairly miserable.
Patterson is one of hundreds of Longhorn customers who've hired a national food poisoning lawyer. He wants help with his medical bills. The St. Clair County Health Department is still investigating how and where this outbreak started.
Well, Mother Nature caused some mischief this Halloween in Minnesota. Around 1 to 5 inches of snow fell around Minneapolis. The early snowfall caused slushy roads and sidewalks, leading to hundreds of accidents. But it's a far cry from the 1991 Halloween blizzard, which dumped a whopping 28 inches of snow, which was the largest snowstorm in Twin Cities history. So that's a win.
Yes,
they didn't
that
have
is. And we have, in Halloween's past, seen some snow.
Yeah.
Not this year.
Not
Scott
measurable.
Connell.
We've had 6 times since 1874 where there was a trace of snow at some point during the day on Halloween. Today was a 46th time it's rained on Halloween since 1874. Now, that was, pretty much before daybreak and all the rain moved out. We've dried out this afternoon. Looks like all the lights are turning off there on the southwest plains, so they will be ready to go for the morning flights. That's a good thing. Tomorrow is a getaway Friday for a lot of folks. So if you're perhaps doing some traveling tomorrow, you will go outside early in the morning and you will find brisk conditions. We're already there in the outlying areas. Warrenton's down to 43. It's 44 in DeSoto right now. Even Centerville's down to 49 degrees in Reynolds County. Mount Vernon's 49, Greenville, Illinois at 46, along with Scott Air Force Base. We are cooling back. Our low temperature for the day will go in the record books right after midnight. 53 is where we are now. We'll drop a few more degrees. 73 is where we were when we started this day at 12:01. And the precip, 7,700s. That's added on to the meager 0.05 of an inch we had earlier this month. So less than an inch for the whole month. Still need more rain. We're going to get some. Not overnight tonight. We're still clear. Out the door tomorrow. It's chilly. We warm back tomorrow afternoon into the mid-60s. Yesterday's weather off to our south and east. Our next weather system, it's evolving and developing here out in the west. Going to see another big dip in the jet stream, but until it gets here, this is our weather for tomorrow and early Saturday, which means plenty of sunshine tomorrow. And on Saturday, clouds increasing. Then that system out west starts shoveling disturbances our way as they keep coming at us starting later Saturday night into Sunday, on into Sunday night, into Monday, and then into Monday evening and Monday night, early Tuesday. We actually have some pretty decent widespread heavier rainfall, potentially even some thunder. Most of that should be moving out during Election Day. And here's the good news. Look how much of this area is covered by decent beneficial rainfall. The entire bi-state region is going to get a good, healthy dose of rain, but some areas west and northwest of St. Louis, we may be talking about 3 or 4 inches of rainfall by the time this winds down. And it's spread out over a few days, so that means we don't deal with flooding. We just deal with getting things back to normal in terms of water. This isn't going to be a drought buster totally, but it certainly helps. Temperatures tomorrow in the 60s after starting out on that chilly side. We'll be about 63 for the high. That's about on par and on target for this time of year as far as average temperatures go. And then as we go into your Saturday, clouds start to increase. Don't forget, we're rolling the clocks back this weekend. Daylight saving time starts Sunday morning. That means the sun will set a minute before 5 o'clock Sunday evening.
Yeah, we're going to have to get used to that.
Exactly.
And extra sleep.
Scott, thanks. Frank is here with sports.
Mike, the Blues had a day to forget, City SC had a day to remember, and the Billikens will hopefully have a season that will get the town buzzing, and you've got to see this catch in the NFL. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, guess what? We are taking today in St. Louis on the road tomorrow.
That is right, Michelle. We're heading over to Cardinal Ritter, where the football team will be going for a possible third straight state championship, and we're bringing along the Today Show.
Cannot wait. We're going to be live all morning at the high school talking to the coaches and the students. So join us tomorrow for Today in St. Louis.
Let's go, team.
This 5 on Your Side Sports Report is sponsored by Telly Tire and Auto Centers, driving your way since 1942.
We are only 11 games into the season, plenty of hockey left, but the Blues have just lost their third game in a row. And with their best player, Robert Thomas, out for a long time, you just don't have good vibes. Let's check in on the Philadelphia story. How about this? Bullfighters let the bull go by and yell "Olé." That's what the Blues Matador defense does here. The goal by Garnet Hathaway, 1-0 Philly in the first. Let's move to the third period. The Blues were battling. Nathan Walker will pounce on the rebound. We have a tie game. Walker's first goal of the season. 3 minutes to play, and again, this looks a little too easy. Bobby Brink will slide it past Jordan Binnington, and the Flyers soar to a 2-1 victory.
I just thought we did a better job of playing direct. I thought our compete level was a lot higher. We won more puck battles. We were getting to the interior. We put a lot of pucks to the net, and credit to them. They were able to block a lot.
This 5 on Your Side St. Louis City SC coverage is sponsored by Together Credit Union.
I don't know if City SC is just an incredible organization or we are just an incredible sports town. It's likely a combination of both. Think about this. They won 8 times in 34 matches this year, and today they celebrated by signing a stadium naming rights deal, which will pay them $5 million a year. The new name of the stadium will be Energizer Park. Energizer is a St. Louis-based company that has more than 400 employees in town and over 5,000 worldwide. Centene previously agreed to the naming rights but backed out of the deal after just 8 months. This is a multi-year contract with City SC.
This is an amazing day for Energizer, for our company, for our community, and for our colleagues, who you may have noticed are a little fired up by this announcement today.
With their spirits and their energy, Energizer literally represents the power this stadium and our incredible fans produce on match day and beyond. And the organization aligns with our club on numerous levels: bold, ambitious, innovative, and STL made.
Texas and Jets, and this is one of the best catches I've ever seen. Aaron Rodgers to Garrett Wilson. And do you believe in miracles? Yes, you got to see it again and again. They reviewed it, it counted, it's absolutely insane, and the Jets lead it late, 21-10. The Billiken season will open Monday in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, 2 o'clock versus Santa Clara. Predictions on the team are all over the map. Some have them in the middle of the pack in the A-10, and others have them as a top 25 team in the country. And the reason is plain and simple. The 6'10" goggled center, Robbie Avila, who's considered a top 20 player in America. The body is not chiseled, but the skill set is undeniable. He passes like a point guard, shoots like a shooting guard, and he gets on the block and does some damage. He has a lot of nicknames too. Larry Nerd, or how about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but his teammates like another name.
I think I heard somebody say like creamy linguine one time. I thought that was pretty funny myself, so that's probably my favorite one for sure.
Be with us Sunday for Sports Plus, a walk and talk with Battlehawks coach Anthony Beck, whose son Rocco is one of the best quarterbacks in college football. Also, Normandy Golf Course is being reimagined thanks to arguably the best golfer of all time, that man Jack Nicklaus. And we have a story of a Parkway South grad who is a jiu-jitsu national champion, and he protects some of the most famous people in the world, everybody from Madonna to Janet Jackson. That story is Sunday night on Sports Plus.
Look forward to it. Thanks, Frank.
From trick or treat to rocking around the Christmas tree, the holiday cheer you'll start hearing just hours from now.
Something small is dropping in Bridgeton tomorrow. Small's Sliders will begin construction on its first Missouri restaurant with a can drop. The fast food chain, known for its sliders, is constructed out of shipping containers. This will be located at St. Charles Rock Road and Natural Bridge. It will open later this year.
It's beginning to sound a lot like Christmas starting tomorrow. Sirius XM Radio is turning up the holiday cheer. 4 channels on the satellite radio service will begin playing your favorite Christmas tunes. Dozens of other channels will be available on the Sirius XM app.
Seems to start earlier every year.
It does.
There you have it. 5 on your side at 10. We're always streaming on 5+.
Be sure to start your day with Today in St. Louis at 4 a.m.